We all know that cost of living in America has surged over the past couple of years. Let's see what people think about it and if it's going to continue. My name is Romain and I leverage my 10 years of experience working in finance and Ivy League master degree to provide you with fact-based insight. C'est parti!
I appreciate that people are having a hard time. Me too. Yeah. I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. Okay?
All the money in the world?
I'm a working person.
Working person? This is the most out-of-touch thing I've ever heard a celebrity say. We gotta run some numbers and put this into perspective. The median household income in America is $80,000. And after taxes, it's about $66,000, and this is before 401k contributions and health insurance. You have been famous for 40 years. And
estimated worth of $60 million.
And on top of that, you make $8 million a year. And even though you're paying an insane amount of taxes, you're still taking home $3.8 million a year. That is $73,000 a week take-home pay. You, Whoopi Goldberg, by yourself, make more money per week than the average American family makes a year. And you're gonna sit here and say that you relate to the struggle of the American people? Do you realize that people have not recovered financially since the pandemic?
Although we've had checks that have come, I mean, let's be honest, $1,400 is not gonna get us out of it. Many of us are thriving to get back into the situation. I know many small business owners who are finally catching up on the loss that they've accumulated during COVID. But yeah, I mean, this is delusional living with $60 million net worth, millions per year. Come on, let's bring it back to earth here. Most Americans don't have the privileges that you have. I'm sure she's worked hard for it, but let's not cry on your finances, please. Welcome to 2002, where a new house is $183,000. Well, today, 23 years later, it's $420,000. Where rent is $568 depending on location. Today, the median is about $1,800 and it can go up to $3,500 in New York or Los Angeles. The family household income was $42,400. Today, it is about $81,000 per year. But adjusted for inflation, wages, as we all know, have not kept up with cost. Minimum wages is $5.15. Today, the federal minimum wage is at $7.25. A new Toyota Camry costs $19,000. Well, this one is actually not too bad. A new Toyota Camry in 2025 goes for $26,500. That's a 40% increase. Gas was $1.36 a gallon. Today, the national average is at $4.10. So what does this tell us, guys? Since 2002, wages have increased by about 58.9%, while everyday goods have risen by 216%. So when your grandpa tells you, oh, just go and work, well, at the time people could afford that. But today, the situation has changed. In fact, let's look into some other opinions.
Living in Italy is actually the cheapest thing ever. When people vacation here, they spend a lot of money because they're doing experiences. And
I'm gonna have a controversial take on this. From experience, guess what? I've lived there for 21 years.
Going to restaurants that, you know, they obviously want to enjoy since it's their vacation time. But if you're living here day to day and renting long term, my rent is €350 a month.
Okay, gosh, all right, so now she's giving us the dirt cheap places. Come on, I mean, you can live in very remote places in America and probably pay the same monthly payment on your rent.
Which is $400 a month pretty much. I probably spend like $50 on groceries a week max. If you go out to dinner to like a pizzeria, you might spend €10 a person. Health insurance is free, which is another huge bonus. I don't drive a car here, so I take the train everywhere, so I don't have car payments or gas to pay for. I buy a monthly train pass for €60 and I have unlimited trains the whole month. Those are just a few examples, but let me know if you'd like to hear.
No. I'm telling you right away, this European dream that everything is so much cheaper there. Yeah, if you're in the middle of nowhere in a small village in Italy, maybe. But guys, most of my friends, my family, and everyone that lives in this area, actually I'm from the south of France, so 30 minutes from Italy, and I can tell you that prices in some ways are fairly similar to what you see in America. But when it comes to overall cost of living, salaries as well are much lower. The minimum salary in France is about $1,000 to $1,500. per month. And let me tell you, it's very similar in Italy. So no, sorry, I don't agree with you here. It always is situation dependent. We cannot generalize on this situation. Don't get yourself screwed here, guys, just thinking that it's the El Dorado over there. There is a reason why I'm in America.
I don't have any bills now. I bought this little shed for $8,000. I made it into a house. Check out the inside. It's not finished just yet. The house is completely off-grid, so electricity comes only from these solar panels. But now I have no electric bill. Here's the batteries that run the house. But I'm in the sticks, and no water lines run this far out. So I have this big water tank. It gets rainwater from my roof. Now I have no bills. The electric's free, the water's free, and my house is paid for.
Well, what? You can't get that in Italy? Come on, see guys, it's all situation specific. This guy, well look, it's all about what you want in life. He doesn't have running water, he's collecting water from the sky, he doesn't really have any heating, he's completely off-grid. It's kind of a way of living, and I don't disagree with him. It's all about how do you want to live your life, and what we have in America is the freedom, for the most part, to do everything we want, including this. So, well done to you. I'm impressed actually by the fact that you've been able to pull it off. Nice. Real talk Gen Z, how are we getting cars, apartments, work part-time on campus, and barely make $15 an hour? I don't get an off-campus job because I don't have a car, I can't afford a car without a better job, apartments are $1,800 a month, I can only dorm here for 2 years, I save some money and never get enough. How are we all doing this? I know this can be very challenging for many of you guys, and that's why when you think about your education, think of it as an investment. Don't jump into bachelors of art or philosophy or things that at the end of the day are gonna cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And then you graduate and you have a $35,000 per year job. Come on. That's the thing. I'm not criticizing your situations, but what you should be looking into is potentially side hustle or find ways to increase your income. Now with online certification in coding offered by Google or in marketing offered by Microsoft and many other companies, you can get access to diplomas that are recognized without having you to pay a crazy amount of money. But in your case, I mean, you don't need an $1,800 per month apartment. You can try and get a second job maybe to complement that income. I know life can be tough, but you have to want to go after it. And I believe that you can make it out. Come on, you got this.
So this last year, as I've gotten my finances in check, I've really struggled with justifying New York City.
One of the most expensive cities in the world.
I work remote, but between my 9 to 5 and my side hustle, I'm making over $100K. That's not including the restaurant job.
100K in New York, that's rough. If you're in Minnesota or in Michigan, maybe it's better. Actually, let me give you some fun stats. To live comfortably, for example, in New York, and you need an annual salary of about $265,000, making it one of the most expensive cities in the United States, according to the New York Post. But in contrast, in Detroit, Michigan, which is one of the most affordable cities, maybe it's not as fun, with the comfortable living, it only requires $64,849. Again, it's all location specific. New York is a killer.
100K in 2024, living in New York City is not that much money. I pay $2,500 in rent, which is truly on the low end of New York, and I live alone.
At some point, I considered even myself living in Los Angeles, and then I toured some houses. When I realized that at $3,000 per month, I was gonna have Metro bars at my windows, I said, heck no. Let me move away. I moved to Las Vegas, which actually, let's be honest guys, is probably one of the highest potential cities in the United States to my eyes. No traffic. Low cost of living. I'm renting this house here that is 2,200 square feet. Let's be honest, and work here is crazy. So if you're thinking about potentially relocating, don't miss on Las Vegas to be part of your options.
Dang, these houses are gorgeous.
Yeah, that is a very nice house.
I mean, really. What in the hell do you do for a living? Where do you work? You work several part-time jobs?
That's
you
right.
work overtime?
I've always wondered who lives in those houses, who can afford something like this? Are they a CEO of something? Did they inherit money from their parents? What the heck is going on? I'm just here like many of you navigating the world that we all live in. Guys, I've recently made a video on crazy card payments. Check it out right here. Until then, I see you next time. À bientôt.